The trumpeter of democratic values, Pashinyan, who plays a pseudo-pro-Western game, caused a furor in the European Parliament again, declaring that the security sector allies of Armenia not only did not help during the external aggression, but also tried to apply their previous scenario, that Russia and the CSTO member countries tried to overthrow the government in Armenia in 2023.
At the time when hundreds of thousands of Armenians were fleeing from Nagorno-Karabakh to the Republic of Armenia, our allies in the security sector not only did not help us, but also made public calls for a change of power in Armenia to overthrow the democratic government.
Who is the person who currently holds the position of Prime Minister? Is he the one who a week before his speech in the European Parliament expressed loyalty to Russia and its affiliated organizations, including the CSTO, CIS and EAEU? Isn't he the one who said that the Russian victory is irreversible? What is the secret of his first meeting with his godfather Vladimir Putin in Sochi, where he swore to serve his Russian-Turkish bosses?
Մենք ոչ մի վեկտոր չենք փոխում, ես ձեզ մի փաստ արձանագրեմ եւ մի գաղտնիք բացեմ.
We are not changing any vectors. Let me record a fact and reveal a secret. First, our relationship with the EU is now essentially developing on the basis of and within the framework of the Comprehensive and Enhanced Partnership Agreement, which was signed and ratified before 2018, entered into force in our time, but signed before 2018, when no one used the terminology you mentioned with Russia. Yes, it is a certain complicated period of relations. There are complications both for Russia and Armenia and for the world. The problem is not in our relations with Russia. The problem is relations of great powers, and we are not changing anything. The Comprehensive and Extended Partnership Agreement, within the framework of which we continue to develop our relations with the EU, was signed before our government. That is, we are not changing anything. Our relations with Russia are as they are. We have not cancelled anything. We have not left anywhere.
Is he a mentally unstable individual suffering from split personality and risking the well-being of the nation and the state? A high-level manipulator? Or a spy hiding under the mask of a scrawny, two-faced flatterer who served Putin's interest by playing a pseudo-pro-Western game? In reality, Pashinyan advocates for regional cooperation, and being involved in a criminal partnership with Russia, he plays a pseudo-pro-Western game aligned with questionable forces that claim to be Western and sidelines the genuine pro-Western political movement in Armenia. They all consistently push the West out of the region. Instead of focusing on collaboration with Western nations, Pashinyan is establishing cooperation with the Turkish world. The rapprochement of this government with the West is not for security, but is an opportunity to address financial and humanitarian issues. The agenda of peace that Pashinyan advocates for and introduced in the European Parliament serves the agenda of Putin and Aliyev. That agenda will turn Armenia into an open cross-border commercial region and a crossroad for Russia, Turkey, and Azerbaijan. Unfortunately, this is the path chosen by democratic Armenia, with which Pashinyan is closing the Artsakh issue and opening a market for Azerbaijani products. What is the goal of Pashinyan's pseudo-pro-Western dirty game at the behest of Russia? Russia is leaving the region with a firm decision to destroy Armenia and turn it into an international crossroad. The agent of the Russian-Turkish spy network, acting in the role of the Prime Minister, is destroying Armenia and the Armenian state through his fake pro-Western stance. It may lead to Armenia's Turkish occupation and the deportation of the Armenian population.
In Armenia, this project is called Armenian Crossroads. But I think it is time to regionalize it, rebrand it, and call it the Crossroads of Peace from the high podium of the European Parliament.
The project of the Armenian Crossroad will turn the country into an international corridor, leading to negative consequences for Armenia as an independent state. It will lead to the next Russian-Turkish plan on the erasure of the Armenian identity. Vladimir Putin, in his speech on the Persian Gulf Murmansk North-South infrastructure at the Beijing conference, spoke about this plan of the Russian-Turkish conspiracy. His puppet Pashinyan spoke in favor of this concept during his speech at the European Parliament. He made that speech not only in favor of Putin and Erdogan, but also Haydar's son, who recently boasted in veranda about their peaceful return to Zangezur, and not by military tanks, but by their cars. This person is the guarantor of maintaining those roads, about which he declared in the European Parliament. He said that he was ready to restore the Megri railway to ensure the safety of the passage for Azerbaijani goods and people. Such a bloody rivalry of crooks, threatening the state of Armenia and its existence on the world map. Unfortunately, Armenia is misspending its opportunities and resources to acquire new international partners, to build active cooperation with the West and establish stable security bridges. Pashinyan is also burning those bridges, leaving the West out of the region and creating conditions leading to the destruction of the Armenian state. He is doing it as a fake pro-Western, blocking the genuine pro-Western political forces from making progress in Armenia, suffocating their ability to fight for their cause, and making it difficult for them to make any headway. This threat must be aborted. The first step to abort that monstrous game is to remove this agent. The future transitional government should propose a phased solution plan, which will herald the birth of a new national state that will start international cooperation in new formats.